10 times out of 10, what God says over your life trumps anything that is going on around you in this current moment. I don't care if you down bad. If God spoke something over your life, that is what it is. That is what it will be. And that's why it's important to heed into what God is telling us at all times. Because we live based on what God says. And when you move in a way in which you are going off of what God says over your life instead of what it looks like in the physical, not only are you making a decree, not only are you coming into agreement with what He said over your life, but God's instruction gives us the opportunity to speak life over our situation. Because with God, He's omnipresent, right? And He's all knowing. So any word that He speaks in our life that doesn't match with what it looks like right now is not only God giving us a sneak peek, but He's giving us the cheat code of what we need to be working towards and what we need to be speaking over our life in the moment. It's giving us an opportunity to be able to steward our situation, our current situation well. So if God is saying, I want to deliver you from said thing, there are certain actions that we need to take and certain things that we need to speak over our lives in order to get to that destination. But you can't just sit and speak on how bad your situation is, because then you're not stewarding your situation well. You're just speaking death into the situation, and it's counteracting what God has already spoke over your life, which ultimately ends up stalling time. So if God gives you instructions, baby, you better act on that. And whatever you can't control about the situation, you go into your secret place and you speak to God about it. You lift up your worries to Him and you seek instruction from Him. And once you get instruction from Him, although it may not look like how you thought it may, there is a peace in knowing that you acted upon His instruction. I was speaking with the Lord earlier, and He told me, what did He tell me? He told me, Deborah, in those little things that I tell you to do, although you may not think that it's making a difference in your life, it does. He told me those little actions that I tell you to do mean more than you think. They have more power behind them than you think. That little action that I told you to do, it's shifting stuff in the spiritual realm. What's little to you and what's little in the physical moves mountains in the spiritual. Faith of a mustard seed. So don't doubt God. Do not doubt God. And those ridiculous things that He calls you to do, you better do it. Because 10 times out of 10,